9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
In the garden where the green leaves sway, see bunnies rolling up, we light it our way. Mr. Getter's got the bombs, we puffin' all night. Talking cultivation, yeah, we're feeling alright. Light it up, feel the vibe, let it be known. Garden cultivation network, we on the scene. Rolling that green, living out the dream. Chatting about the strains, how to plan it right. Join us every week, yeah, we light up the night. Wednesday to Friday, we keep it alive. Cannabis talks, everybody's feeling high. Sharing secrets of the grow, it's a sacred art. In this cultivation game, you gotta play your part. Keep it real, keep it tight, watch the plants grow. Garden cultivation network, we on the scene. Rolling that green, living out the dream. Chatting about the strains, how to plan it right. Join us every week, yeah, we light up the night.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Welcome everybody in the chat.
Yes.
How's everybody doing? We have a big night. We got a special guest in the house. I hope everybody knows who they are. I'm sure they do at this point. They've been in the community for quite a long time. Absolutely. They've been in the community for a long time. Big supporters of the community. So I'm pretty sure by now everybody knows who they are. So, do you have anything that you want to touch on before we bring her out?
Before we get into that, just a reminder, you can find the Garden Cultivation Network over on Instagram, as well as Spotify, which is under Garden Cultivation Network as well.
Beautiful. And you can find both of us on Instagram, See Bunny Grow, and Mr. Ganix with a K.
Yes. So. And I think that's it. I think we could roll right into it. Yes, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, please.
Yes, it helps a lot. We've grown quite a bit, actually, in the last few weeks. So as everybody knows, this is a new channel. And we appreciate all the support that everybody's given us. You guys have been amazing, sharing and telling all your friends and family and getting everybody to jump on over here. So we appreciate all of you.
Thank you all so much.
Yes. So are we ready?
We are. I'm excited.
Me too, actually.
Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Hello. How are you guys doing?
We're doing excellent. Halfway through the week, finally.
Yes.
Yes.
So for anybody that doesn't know who you are, they've been living under a rock. Would you like to introduce yourself? Tell everybody who you are and where they can find you guys?
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everybody. For anyone that doesn't know me, my name is Leanne. I'm from Hygrozyme. I'm our product specialist. You can find us on Instagram at Hygrozyme, online, hygrozyme.com, and you can find me specifically Hygrozyme_Leanne.
Nice. And you guys also have a YouTube channel.
We do have a YouTube channel. That one is Hygrozyme for Growers, I believe. But if you search up Hygrozyme, you'll be able to find us there as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, I was over there actually yesterday. You guys got a pretty big account actually over on YouTube.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of work on it in the past year or so. So just getting all of our interviews up there, a lot of our product, like longer product education videos will go there, where we don't have that meta 2-minute cap going on. So yeah, we have a lot of good content going there, and people have been really supportive, so it's awesome.
Nice. No, that is awesome. I don't have the best internet connection right now, so I might be a little choppy.
I'm laggy a bit too. Yeah.
Are you? Yeah. I can just see my thing popping up on my screen a little bit saying that I'm a little slow today. So
All good, all good.
So do you want to give everybody kind of like a brief overview of the products that you guys do have and kind of what they're for?
Yeah, absolutely. So at Hygrozyme, we're a manufacturer of all natural, environmentally friendly crop supplements, crop protection, and very recently, crop nutrient products for cannabis. We've been a company for 50 years and in the industry for about 25 to 30 years now. So we have a really strong reputation. And we have such a privilege to have worked with so many different growers over the years and people that have been using our products for pretty much since the beginning, which is amazing. And it all started with our flagship product, of course, which was Hygrozyme. That came out about 25 years ago now. And that's our enzyme product. So basically, when you add it in, it's a drench product and it breaks down all of the dead root matter in your root zone and basically turns that into simple sugars that are fed back to the plant through the rhizosphere to help prevent root rot and also increase yield. So that's a really great option for anyone that's like in living soil or hydroponic, but all of our products are compatible with all medias as well.
Nice. So when you
That's
see people in hydroponics with like super white roots and they're using Hygrozyme, that's why, right? Because it's going through and taking care of all the bacteria and stuff like that attaches itself to the roots.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I kind of compare it to like our hair when we get a haircut. If you have a lot of dead ends, your hair is not going to grow as quickly, right? So your root zone is basically the same thing. If you have a bunch of dead root matter and as your roots start to form and start to grow, there's these little hairs that are naturally going to shut off and die within your media. And that's super normal. But what Hygrozyme does is uses an enzyme called cellulase to break all of that down, basically giving your roots a trim just like you would your hair. And that allows for that like really white, strong root growth.
Nice.
I love that.
So the cellulase eats the cellulose.
Yes.
If I have that correct.
It's a mouthful.
I do. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Nice. I remember that from those videos that I was making when you sent me all of the like the literature for everything, and I'm like reading through. I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to say all this, but
a lot of practicing in the mirror. Honestly.
It was. It really was.
So after Hygrozyme, you came out with a second product. Can you tell us a bit about that one?
Yeah, so High Shield was our second product in the line. The active ingredient in High Shield is called chitosan. So it's derived from, or our version is derived from crustacean shells. And because it's derived from a live organism, your plant basically reads it as a pest and thinks that it's being attacked. In turn, turns on and activates the plant immune system, allowing it not only to respond a lot better to stress, but also it will increase the essential oil production within the plant. It will thicken up the stalks and it will give you just like really sticky, resy, frosty buds, which is really, really cool, as well as to protect from environmental stress, like heat stress, cold stress, light malfunction, anything like that.
And you guys recommend that more as a foliar spray than a soil drench, but you can do the soil drench with it as well, correct?
Yeah, you can use it either way. The added benefit of using it as a foliar spray is that when it's sprayed, it will create like this really thin, breathable film on top of your leaves that will help to protect from pathogen spores and sucking insects from penetrating the plant cell walls. So you're kind of giving it like an extra layer of protection. We call High Shield like your plant insurance policy because it just, if anything goes wrong, you'll still be able to pull through to harvest. And we've seen some people have some like pretty disastrous situations that were using High Shield and still like got great results, like still got sent to dispensaries, hit all of their specs. Whereas that did not have that, did not make the cut.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I noticed when you spray that on there, you get like a makes your plants shiny. Like it gives it like it's almost like a clear coat on your plants.
Exactly. Yeah.
They look great
See,
in pictures. So
I'm not one for foliar spraying, but I think I might have to start. I normally just water it, like I mix it with my other nutrients, but I think I might have to start.
It's worth a
Sounds
try.
like a great benefit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth a try. It's interesting to see the results differ when you use it as a drench versus a foliar. I did see a question in there about using it during flower. So I'll just jump in and answer that. I
absolutely.
mean, with a foliar spray, it's kind of up to the grower. I know here in Canada, we have a lot of rules in terms of like legal grows and Health Canada on the commercial side, where they're not allowed to spray pretty much anything during flower. There's nothing preventing you from spraying High Shield during flower. It's not going to affect anything. So we typically say spray during veg, drench in flower. That's the safest route.
Yeah. Makes sense to me. And that goes for any foliar spray, really, no matter what it is. Like myself, like I won't spray anything in flower unless I absolutely have to, but I have to be having some severe problems before I'll spray in flower. But I'm the same as Bunny. Like I mainly use it as a soil drench because I try not to spray my plants as much as possible anyways, but I have sprayed the High Shield, and I did notice the clear coat basically is what it looks like a lacquer or something.
Yeah, and like it's
cool.
not going to stop the plant from like breathing or anything. Like I know a lot of people get really concerned about that when we say like clear coat. It doesn't affect the plant in any way, but it is really cool. It makes the leaves look so shiny, which if you're taking pictures of your plants could be a really good thing.
Yes,
they look great in pictures.
Oh yeah.
So nice. And then so after the High Shield, what was the next product that you guys came out with?
Yeah, so High Clean was next. That's our natural irrigation line cleaner. So what differentiates High Clean from a lot of the other products on the market is that most irrigation line cleaners are based either with hypochlorous acid or with hydrogen peroxide. I'm a firm believer that there's a place for those products in your grow. Hypochlorous acid and hydrogen peroxide work really great as a disinfectant. But the nice thing about High Clean is that it's extremely compatible with all of your microbes, all of your beneficials, any living organisms that you're using. I've had people use it with worms and all kinds of different things, and it's super, super safe. Not only that, but it's safe for you. Like it doesn't have any of that harsh acidy smell that some other products can have. Also you're going to keep your lines clean. You're going to prevent any salt and nutrient buildup, not only in your lines, but also in your media. And then you also just end up with a super, super clean smoking product. So when you use High Clean, like you'll see, and we've had people send us pictures and we've done tests on it, like really, really white ash coming out of a High Clean flush, which is really good to see.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't have any lines or anything like that because I don't do hydroponics or self-watering systems or anything like that. But I do add it to all of my feedings. So when I'm doing my regular waterings or anything like that, I add that, and it helps keep your pots clean as well. Like it helps break everything down in the soil, whatever the medium is as well. But I do use the self-watering bases that you have to fill up. There's no lines or anything involved, and it helps just kind of break all the stuff down that might be in there, and just they help keep it clean throughout the cycle. So
yeah, and people have gotten so creative too. Like I know people have put it in like a steamer and used it to clean their grow tents. I know like if you're running fabric pots, doing a High Clean soak of your fabric pots and then just like spraying them down can work really well. The only thing to remember with High Clean is like it's not necessarily your typical like spray and wipe cleaner. Because of the mechanism behind it, you do kind of want to let it sit for a little while. So if you're doing like an equipment clean or something, it is best as a soak. But if you're running it through your irrigation lines, then you should be good to go.
Yeah, with
Nice.
basically running water, it's helping kind of flush anything that's in there out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I use it to soak my air stones and stuff like that because
Yeah.
if I'm making like a compost tea or something like that, the air stones get all
It's
gummed up and
slimy.
kind of nasty. So I just soak. I probably add way more than I should, but I just let it soak in hot water with Hyclean, and it kind of helps just break everything down. It gets inside and cleans from the inside out. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
good stuff.
basically, it just makes everything like more soluble. So it like just kind of disappears into the water a lot easier. And we have some really cool videos on our YouTube and our Instagram of what we call a hard water test, where you can literally watch it before your eyes. Like we add in Hyclean to a simulated hard water with 2000 ppms, and you watch it
Nice.
like just go clear, which is really cool to see. I did see one
And it all
question.
sinks, to the bottom too.
Kind
Everything
of,
in there
yeah.
will sink to the bottom. It like makes it soluble to the plant as well, right? Like it'll break it all down. Something that your plant couldn't absorb in your medium or your water or something like that. It'll just break it down so that it's available for your plants.
Yeah, typically when you're feeding fertilizers, especially if you're in like a soil or a cocoa-based medium, you're only getting about 30% of those nutrients actually delivered to your plants. So with something like Hyclean that is like making all of those nutrients more soluble, they're easier to absorb for the plant, so it can increase your nutrient uptake as well. And just kind of free up everything that gets stuck in the media otherwise.
So in the long run, it saves you money because
Exactly.
you're not wasting your nutrients at that point or overfeeding your plants because it's still stuck in there. It's helping break it down so it gets you through to the next feeding without feeding on top of anything that's built up.
Yeah. And if you are running irrigation lines, it can help kind of extend those as well. Less maintenance on your irrigation lines. Those can get really expensive and really annoying to replace. So the longer that you can make those last, the better.
Nice. Beautiful. And so you got one more in the lineup of 4 that you guys have, which is actually my favorite one, I think.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
The 4th one would be Hygro Ben. So we released that one, I want to say about a year ago, but it feels much longer than that to me.
I would say about a year ago. Yeah.
Is that all? Jeez. Time flies when you're having fun, I tell you. So that's our beneficial microbe. It has 5 species of bacillus bacteria, and it was specifically formulated to work really, really well with Hygrozyme. So Hygrozyme will actually feed the bacteria, any bacteria, but we specifically worked it out so that it increases the activity level and feeds the bacteria in Hygro Ben. And as far as results, you'll see increased increased terpenes, increased cannabinoid, as well as increased yield. So with Hygrozyme and Hygro Ben together, we've seen increased dry flower yields up to 30%, which is really significant.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Especially if you're like, if you're growing for yourself or you're growing medically, right? Like that's so important to get the most you can out of your plant.
Like if you're just growing recreational and you're only allowed 4 plants in Canada, that's a perfect thing for that, because 30% on your 4 plant count limit could be huge.
Exactly.
It can. Yes.
So, and then that's
and they don't
for however many months of medicine, right? Which is just amazing. It's awesome.
Yeah. And they don't add terpenes or anything like that. They just bring out the natural terpenes that are within the plant already.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah. We don't add in anything like that to our products. We never add terpenes into a product. But what it does is just allow the natural plant's genetics to shine. So obviously, like those results are going to vary slightly depending on what strain you're growing. Every strain is a little bit different. And every strain has a different genetic potential. But on the strains that we were testing, we tested 3 different strains and we got between 20 and 30% increases on all 3.
Wow,
Beautiful.
that is.
Yeah, that's crazy. Actually, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a lot. Nice.
So that
Now,
brings us.
oh,
Go ahead.
No, you
No.
go ahead.
I was gonna say that brings us to your newest products.
Yes. Yes. So next up for the States was we released, I don't even know what month it is right now. I think it was July when we released Hygro Punch. So Hygro Punch went out to the States this summer. That is our OMRI listed biopesticide. So the active ingredients in Hygro Punch are soybean oil, cinnamon oil, and thyme oil. And we were just talking before we jumped on, but it smells like Christmas, which is really, really nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just reading that question there. So yeah, and the Hygro Punch is designed to suppress and control and reduce aphids, mites, powdery mildew, basically most like sucking, flying insects on a small level, as well as certain diseases like powdery mildew as well. And that is 100% foliar product. So you do want to be spraying like with the lights off if you're indoor, or early morning, late evening if you're outdoor, just to prevent any phytotoxicity, which is pretty common with any kind of foliar product, especially an oil-based product, because oil gets on a leaf and then you introduce it to light and it will burn. So that's one caveat, but it works.
Can you use? Well. So you said it's 100% a foliar spray, so you don't recommend using that as a soil drench, or can you use it as a soil drench?
We are doing some testing on that. So we're working on getting it for a drench as well. If you are using it for a drench for things like thrips that they can lay eggs in your media, I would recommend using a very low dose, like start low and build up from there. And make sure you read the label in terms of application dosages and application frequency. So yeah, I would say start, if you want to try a drench, start between a 0.5 and 1% dilution once a week, and then kind of scale up from there if you need to. But yeah, low and slow is the way to go.
Yeah, I'm just thinking for people with like gnats or anything like that, from using like an organic amendment or something like that. Gnats seem to be a really big thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was just thinking for people that use anything for like gnats or like you said thrips or anything that lays eggs or whatever. But yeah, cool. No, that's good to know. For sure. And then after, so you were telling us before too that it's going to be available in Canada shortly.
A version of the product will be available in Canada. So we'll have a leaf wash coming out called Hygro Punch. And they'll be very, very similar. But it will be released in Canada under Hygro Punch. And yeah, it will be a leaf wash.
Nice. Cool. Same application, same everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, we're working on the formula a little bit for Canada just because of registration and things like that, but everything else will be the same. And that should be coming out really, really soon. So keep an eye on our page, keep an eye on our website for that announcement. We're hoping we'll get it done in 2024. We'll have to see.
Nice. It's funny. Yeah, you guys should definitely release that by Christmas. It smells like Christmas. You got to have that out by Christmas.
I know.
So.
That's right.
We'll try. We have been going hard with the product.
It's funny too because you guys are a Canadian company as well, which is it's funny when it comes to nutrients and microbes and stuff for growing. Like our country is tough for whatever reason. Our country has a lot of limitations and standards and
rules.
Makes it tough. Yeah, way too many rules. Well, you guys, same with the Hygro Ben.
Yeah,
it was released in the U.S. first, and then it was released here after the fact, which is again funny because you guys being a Canadian company, this stuff is made here,
Yeah, sure is.
You know,
They just, yeah, there's a lot of red tape to jump through in terms of product registration. I mean, in both countries, it takes a long time to get a product registered and launched into the market. But there's just certain gates in Canada that are just really, really hard to jump through. Specifically for like pesticides and IPM products. There's a list in the US called the 25B registration. And that's basically like an approved list of ingredients that if that's in your formulation, they kind of acknowledge that it's safe for plants, it's safe for the environment, and it's safe for people. And that makes it a lot easier to get things pushed through. So Hygro Punch is 25B. Unfortunately, Canada doesn't really have anything like that. So you have to go through the whole registration process, which takes a lot of time.
crazy. With the ingredients that's in that too, which it doesn't make any sense. Like you said, there's thyme oil, cinnamon, and soybean, like all natural, all organic products.
Yeah.
That you can go to, like if you go to Sage or, an essential oil seller, you can find all of that stuff there. But as soon as you combine
that's
them
what I mean.
together, it's all about what you put on the label. That's
crazy. That doesn't even make sense. But I mean, I get it, I guess.
I mean, it is good in the sense that Canada is very conscious about what we are putting into the environment, which I think is really important.
Yes.
A lot of the IPM products that are out there are, really harsh. And we've seen in the past in history, if you go and Google pesticide environmental damage, I'm sure you can find a lot of different things because it gets into the water and it gets into the waterways and it spreads into different fields and it affects like the pollinators and all of those different things. So it is a really good thing that Canada is being so conscious of it, but it makes it a pain to get products.
It makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, but like you were saying, like I've seen so many like lawn products, for instance, like lawn fertilizers or for grubs and for this and for that. Like some of that stuff's not nice. Some of that stuff's really, really bad. And you can just go out and spray it on the ground. But we can't have something that smells like Christmas in our grow tent. You know what I mean? Like
all natural, right? Like, yeah, it gets a little silly. I mean, we could talk for hours and I don't think we'd ever actually get to the bottom of why it is the way it is.
No. Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but that's okay.
I don't think it ever
will. Is what it is. You guys will have it here soon enough and we'll all have it. So
it's coming. It is coming for sure. And we're really excited about that one as well. So I'll push the team. They're not going to be happy that we want it done before Christmas, but I'll see what I can do.
Tell them the reason behind it. Tell them the reason behind it, and maybe they'll work harder, faster.
Yeah. I mean, we have our marketing plan done. So what else do we need?
Yeah.
Exactly. Perfect. And you guys just came out with a brand new line.
We did.
Which I am using right now, and I'm absolutely loving it. So do you want to tell everybody what's going on there?
Yeah, absolutely. So we finally did it. I believe at the beginning of October into the US and Canada, we did a dual launch of our liquid nutrient A and B. So this is really exciting for us. It's been a long time coming and we're so excited to finally have a full line to be able to share with everybody and get people using the kind of the complete solution, which is really cool. So it is a liquid nutrient. It's a 2-part. It's used in equal parts throughout the entire grow cycle. So in terms of mixing, you will dilute your part A, fully mix that with water, and then add your part B, again, like equal parts, 1-to-1, and then apply that throughout the entire growth cycle. And yeah, we've been getting some really great feedback on it so far. It's been going really well. We had such a great positive response when we first launched it. So we're
Oh
just
yeah.
so thankful for the community that we have, honestly, like the people like you and all of your audience that we get to work with. Like, we are blessed with our community.
Yeah. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this. A lot of people that I talk to, they love the Hygrozyme products. They use the Hygrozyme products.
Oh, yes.
But they always have that question: how come they don't have nutrients? How come it's just enzymes, microbes, and stuff like that? And I don't know. I don't know. But since I've been using the A and B line, like I'm not good at growing autoflowers. I've made that very, very public and clear to everybody that my autoflowers are awful. And right now I'm growing autoflowers, and they're
beautiful.
They're not some of the
They're beautiful
best plants that I've ever
I'm
grown.
sure they're beautiful
Completely, but for autos, for me, like they're doing some shit in that tent right now, and I've never had that with an autoflower.
That's amazing.
So,
yes.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Beautiful color on it too.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You could tell it's not lacking any. It's not lacking anything, which is great.
Nice. Yeah, you'll have to send me.
Yeah, and like, oh, definitely. And like, I don't know, when it comes to an autoflower, you always have to cut nutrients back. And I mean, I did at the beginning, and now I'm pretty much up to the full strength for like a vegging plant.
Mm-hmm.
Your guys' instructions are very clear with those as well. Like, they tell you for seedlings and cuttings this much, and then for plants and veg this much, and then plants and flower this much. And I don't think I've ever had nutrients that's this easy to mix.
Oh, that's
like
good to hear.
It's literally part A is the exact same amount as part B, and it's that through the entire start to finish.
So it's not complicated, which is great.
That's kind of our thing, honestly, is like, there's so many products out there, and with the ratios and everything, it can get really overwhelming really quickly.
Yes.
So we've really tried with all of our products just to make them like as easy to use as possible. Some of them are a little bit more kind of intuitive than others. But yeah, just making like super easy to use, pour it in, mix it up, and add it to your plants, and you should be good to go. Like, yeah.
I've had a lot of nutrients with an A and a B that are different mixtures. Like, add 2 milliliters of part A and add 5 milliliters of part B, and it's like, why can't they just be the same?
Yeah.
So when you got 12 different bottles of nutrients that you're feeding your plants, for everything to be the same would just be, it's super convenient. So yeah,
and there is flexibility to it too. Like, I know people that feed based on EC, and they are doing different kind of measurements of A and B to kind of get right where they want to be. So that's definitely an option. But if you're happy with everything as is, and like you're just following the label, that works too. And that will still give you absolutely incredible results. So yeah, it's kind of, we like to say, like, it works for everybody, whether you have your 4 plants in your tent or whether you have 4,000 plants in a commercial facility. Like, our line works for everybody.
Yeah, which is really nice. So we did have a question earlier, and I think it was more based off of the other 4 products. How does the Hygrozyme lineup fluctuate pH in deep water culture or hydroponics?
Yeah, that's a great question. All of them should be pH neutral once diluted. So Hygrozyme, Hygro Ben, and HyClean are all pH neutral. We recommend using our products within a pH of about 5.5 to 7, which is pretty typical. The only one that's a slight variation is High Shield. That one can lower your pH just a touch. So just keep an eye on that when you're adding in High Shield. And you also want to be adding in High Shield right at the end. So High Shield and HyClean should be your last 2 that you're adding, and you can kind of play around which one kind of works better. Some people like adding HyClean last. Some people like going High Shield. But yeah, that will drop your pH a little bit. So recommend not doing any pH up or down until you hit that, and then you can kind of play around with it from there.
Nice. I was gonna say that's actually a good segue into there is an order to mix the lineup in. So
yeah,
do you want to kind of go over that? I know I've gone over that a little bit with, I did a video on it a while ago, and I had so many questions. I don't know. People think I work for Hygrozyme or something. I get a lot of questions about Hygrozyme. So I did do a video, but I came straight to you to get the information. So maybe you want to kind of go over that quick.
Yeah.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, with the addition of the nutrient, your nutrient's going to go first, and then out of our products. So nutrient A and B, then Hygrozyme, then Hygro Ben, and then, like I said, high shield, high clean. You can kind of play around with, but my favorite way is high shield and then high clean. The only thing with high shield is just make sure that everything is mixed really, really well before adding high shield in. Chitosan can also be used as a water filtration treatment. That's kind of a low molecular weight chitosan. That was kind of the original use for it. We use a little bit of a different version. We use high molecular weight. But if you have like non-water soluble particles or it's not fully mixed, it can kind of filter those out and start to congeal on top. So if you're seeing that or you've had that problem before, just give it a good mix. And in that case, you might want to do high clean first to increase your solubility and then add high shield.
Perfect. Nice.
That's
yeah, I have one of those magnet mixers.
Okay. Yeah, those are sweet.
Which those things are amazing. They're like $30. And for the cost of this, like I've always wanted one, and I've always been like, I've been looking at them, but I never knew how much they were. I thought they were way more. And when I found out it was $30, I was like, I'm getting that because I'm going to be running all liquid this time. Normally I do like the Hygrozyme lineup with a dry amendment. So I'll use like Gaia Green or Black Swallow or something like that. But then I'll add my microbes and my enzymes through you guys. And now, because I'm using the A and B line, I wanted to get something to mix the nutrients. And I mix it in like basically 1.5 liters. And then I add that to a 5-gallon bucket. So I add all my nutrients for 5 gallons into 1.5 liters. And then I add it to a bubbling 5-gallon bucket. Nice. So, but then I also use it right away. Like I don't mix more than I need. I add it right to my bases, and then over the course of a couple of days, my plants drink that up. So,
nice.
Yeah, and that's what I noticed with Hygrozyme as well, as being a synthetic grower. I used to always get newt lockout, but since I've been using the Hygrozyme line, I've been using all 4 products. I've yet to have a lockout, so. It's definitely very good for that.
I would say that's probably the high clean. We've seen that a lot. It can really help to prevent lockout because, like we said, like it's just helping everything run through, right? So nothing's getting stuck in that media to overload the plants. And that's where you'll see kind of lockout issues start happening. So yeah, if anyone is having lockout issues, I mean, the whole lineup is great, but I will really help to solve that problem specifically.
Yes.
Nice. That's a nice thing about the whole Hygrozyme lineup. Like it's pretty much compatible with everything. Like I haven't come across anything it's not compatible with yet.
So. No, I mean, we say it's compatible with the majority of products out there, but even us, like we're constantly testing in the lab. Anytime a new product comes out, we bring it in and we test it with all of our stuff. And as far as I know, like we've yet to find anything that isn't compatible. Obviously, like there's certain situations and circumstances that change it a little bit.
Yeah.
On a whole, like very compatible products.
Nice. That's another thing that I really like about you guys. You guys are always testing. You guys are always, and you're doing videos of it too. Making videos of you guys in the lab and what's his name? What's his name? Grant?
Graham.
Yeah, he's I like him. He's funny. You guys are always doing the different tests with like the high clean and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's pretty
it's
cool.
honestly,
We gotta get you to bring Amir on one time.
I will pass that along. I've got him on a couple. I did get him on a podcast when we went to California, and that was really, really fun. And I've gotten him on a couple panels now, so we'll see if we can get him on the next show.
Nice.
That would be great.
A really great one to bring on lives. People absolutely go nuts for Doug. That's our director of R&D for anyone that's not familiar. And genuinely like one of the smartest people I have ever met. Like just know for everyone out there, all of the information that I have has been taught to me by our team. Like we're so lucky to have 2 PhDs and a master's degree on our R&D staff, and like they are so insanely knowledgeable.
Nice. And not to mention your graphic designer. You guys have a badass graphic designer as well.
We sure do.
Which probably everybody in the community knows who she is. She's very active, just like you are.
Yeah, you know? Everyone knows Yulia, and everyone loves Yulia. And
I love her. I do.
She's amazing because she's absolutely amazing. And yeah, all of our logos that you see, like the majority of our videos and posts that go out, our like resources and sell sheets and catalogs, our t-shirts, like the list goes on and on and on. That woman is a machine, like nonstop.
Yeah. I made a comment one time because she had done a video of her dancing, and I was like, man, it looks like a lot of fun to work at Hygrozyme. I think I want to get a job there. And she's like, you can absolutely have a job here, but the catch is you have to dance with me. And I was like, done. I'll do it. That's all I got to do to get a job at Hygrozyme. Done.
That's right.
Yeah, like it's a blast. I mean, I've been there for 4 years, and like work hard, play hard. Genuinely, like we have a lot of fun as a team. We do a lot of fun videos. I mean, we haven't done one in a while, me and Yulia. Actually, we need to get on that. I'm sure we'll have some coming up.
Yes,
we always have a few fun ones when things start to slow down in December. So hopefully this year will be no different. But yeah, I mean, we're crazy busy. We work incredibly hard, but I mean the amount of laughter and fun times in that office is really, really just heartwarming.
That's the best way to do it.
Sounds like a great environment.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I think if you can have fun and laugh with your coworkers, and you know, then it doesn't seem like work anymore.
Exactly.
Like you look forward to getting up in the morning and going to work when that's the type of environment that you have. So, and it shows on your guys's on your guys's Instagram pages. It shows. So,
I'm glad. Thank you.
That's pretty cool. And you guys are a female-owned company. Is that correct?
We are. Yes. We're a family-owned company.
I love that.
So we started in 1974, but our current owner took over from her father. So we are female owned, and I think we're about like 50-50 in terms of men and women, and very, very diverse team. Like we have people from Brazil, Mexico, Iran, Russia.
That's awesome.
Like everywhere.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool. And you guys hit amazing. Like all the events. You guys are at almost all the events, except for the ones in Toronto.
We missed you.
We've been trying to get out to Toronto. I'm hoping we're going to get out there soon. I mean, the team was just in Toronto for a couple different events, but none of the major ones this year. So yeah, we try and hit all of the ones that we can. Of course, the next big one that we're going to be at is MJ Biz in Vegas. So if anyone's going to be there,
that's exciting.
Definitely hit up our booth. That one's always crazy, but a very, very fun show.
That seems to be the one that all the, like not all, but a lot of the content creators seem to go to MJ BizCon.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's so wild. Like
I could list off 30 people probably just off the top of my head out of the community that are all going to be there. So It's gonna be yeah. I'm sure you guys will have a blast there.
And for those who don't know, what date is that?
That is December 3rd to 6th. So almost exactly a month from now. And we are our crate went out with our booth this week. So we have everything kind of getting going. We shipped a wild amount of swag out there. We have some limited edition hats coming for that event to celebrate our 50th anniversary.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah, really excited. Yes, Can. We'll definitely see you there. Stop by the booth for sure.
Nice. Yeah, Don's super cool actually. Can. He's
yes.
Yeah, he's big in the community right now, and he's, I don't know if you know what the Can is. It's a germination station. I don't know how else to say it. It's
yes.
It's like a canister, so the can, and it's got 8 pie-shaped divided spots that are numbered, and you can put your seeds in there. You fill it up with water, and then you put it on the heat mat that it comes with, and like within 24 hours you can pretty much plant your seeds. So it's got like the greenhouse effect going on. He calls it the wow factor. It's the water, oxygen, warmth.
I love that.
So it's pretty cool. Very, very simple, but it works unbelievable. So yeah,
that's
actually right here.
Cool. Yeah, definitely come. I mean, everybody, but yeah, come say hi, have a chat with us. We would absolutely love to chat with you about that.
Yeah, he's a really good guy actually. So yeah, you guys will get along great. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So that's coming up, and then do you guys have anything in the future coming up that you can talk about, or?
In terms of events, I will be at I have Can stuck in my head. Oklahoma. So we'll be out in Oklahoma. Off the top of my head, I think that's in April. And then normally we do NECAN Boston. I'm not entirely sure if we're doing that this year, but we always post plenty of time in advance on all of our platforms. So just keep an eye on our Instagram, or you can always reach out to us as well if you're curious when we'll be near you, or if you have events that you want us to check out. We always love when people send us stuff, because we're always on the lookout for new ways to meet people and new ways to get in front of growers. So yeah, those are always some options.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
I definitely want to catch you guys at an event sometime. Like Bunny and I went to the Grow Up conference in Toronto.
Yeah.
I think it was in May, I believe.
I think so. Yeah.
Which was a hell of a time.
Yes. Grow Ups are so much fun.
And
it was.
Yeah, that would definitely got to get you guys out there next year.
We're looking at it. We did Victoria last year, and then I was just in Edmonton, I think at the beginning of October. And we love the Grow Up shows. We always have such a good time there. So hopefully we can make it out to Toronto for the next one. Or we'll have to get you out for Edmonton or BC. One of the two.
That would be fun too.
Yeah.
That would be fun too. I would definitely like that.
Honestly. So
yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I think at the Edmonton one, I think they had that like big river boat.
They did.
Yeah, part of the event as well, which was pretty
cool.
They didn't have that in Toronto.
No.
I wasn't able to attend that, unfortunately. I think I flew in the day after that. But yeah, they had like a riverboat cruise with Tommy Chong, which was just so cool.
That would have been, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Have you ever met him yet at any of the events? Have you run into him and got to chat, or?
I haven't personally met him yet. He was also at Grow Up Victoria last October. And I did go see his talk with his son. I believe his name is Paris.
Yes.
Yeah. So I went to go see their talk, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard in my life. Like, it was iconic. I took so many videos, and yeah, that's like a core memory for me, is getting to sit there and listen to them just kind of banter back and forth and tell some just absolutely wild stories.
Yes.
but yeah, I'm really hoping I can meet him. I'm hoping he'll be at one of the next grow ups, and I can actually meet him next time.
Nice.
So it's on my list.
He seems pretty approachable. Like I was watching people just walk up to him and talk to him, and he seemed.
Everywhere
I'm
I've
very
ever
freezy right
seen
now.
him at, he's been.
I keep watching my internet go in and out. So
Yeah, you're
back.
freezing up a little bit. It's all right. We're getting through it.
Yep.
Yeah, he's just so down to earth, honestly. Like
He is.
you'd expect, I don't know. Originally I was like, I don't know, like maybe, you know, it's just a persona, and like it's not. That's just what you see is what you get. Like that is who he is. And he's just got such a big heart. Like, yeah, really, really want to meet him one day.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Nice. We're coming up close to the end of the hour. Do you want to, is there anything else that you want to kind of touch on to do with Hygrozyme or any of the products or anything, or?
I mean, that's kind of my spiel. I mean, I'm happy to take questions if anyone has questions for the last few minutes.
Sure.
I will say we have a giveaway that just launched yesterday in conjunction with BioFloral, one of our distributors. So that's live on our Instagram at Hygrozyme, and just follow us, follow BioFloral, and then give it a like and drop some comments. And you can be entered to win, I want to say, a 1 liter of A and B. I think that's our prize for November. Yeah, I think that's our prize for the first one. And we have 5 prizes. So 5 sets of A and B.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Nice. Yeah. So get over to their page and make sure you comment, like, follow, do all the stuff you got to do for giveaways.
Yeah, and all of the rules and all of that jazz in the caption. So.
Yes, I was actually talking to, I don't remember what her name is, but the girl that's running the Hygrozyme page now. I was talking to her the other day, actually. Yeah. She seems nice.
She is really nice.
Yes.
Yeah, they've been really, really great. We partnered with a local company that's helping us out with some of our Instagram. So I'm still me on my account, but if you reach out to Hygrozyme, there's a good chance you'll get Pat, and she's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, she's
cool. So nice. Yeah. They're all nice. They're all approachable. So if you do have any questions, I'm sure you can reach out to any of them, and they'll be happy to answer.
I just tell everybody, go talk to Leanne. She'll tell you.
Yeah.
I definitely will. Yeah, you can absolutely always reach out to me, DM the Hygrozyme account, DM Yulia. She's just going to come and pass me your question, but we're all very, very nice. So let us
that's
know.
a nice thing about you guys. You guys are very, very active on Instagram, and no matter what the question is, you guys always get back and always answer. And I've sent a lot of people your guys' way to questions that I didn't know, and they always come back. Oh, yep. They got back to me. They almost right away, within the day. Anyways, I said, like, you guys are busy. You guys are doing your own thing. You're at work. Of
course. Yeah.
So Instagram isn't your job. So I said they'll get to you when they get to you, and they always say, like, it comes back within the same day. So.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
We try really, really hard because, like, I mean, I come from a commercial cultivator environment. I worked for a really big commercial operation for 3 or 4 years, and like the one thing I learned there is like plants don't wait, plants don't take vacations, and plants do not have
exactly.
So a lot of the time, like when you need an answer, you need it now. So we try, and thank you for giving us that feedback. Hopefully, I mean, the maximum it should take is like end of the day. And if you haven't heard back, just go at us again, because we will get to it. We promise.
Yeah. Well, it's always within the same day for sure. I don't think I've heard from anybody any more than that, like it's usually within a couple hours, to be honest with you, but it's always within the same day. So
awesome. I'm glad. That's how it should be.
Thanks, Papa. Yeah. So, do you want to give everybody kind of a list of where they can get a hold of you guys? And maybe some of the websites that they can buy your guys' products on?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, for Instagram, it's at Hygrozyme. At Hygrozyme_Leanne is me. At Hygrozyme_Yulia or Eula is our graphic designer. And at Hygrozyme for Growers, #4, is our backup account. So, I mean, if you guys are on Instagram, you know what's been going on lately. So
Yes.
give our backup account a call.
Yeah.
That would be great. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Instagram. And then we are on YouTube as well. Just search Hygrozyme. Website is hygrozyme.com. And then in terms of retailers, we do work with some chains. So we have hydrobuilder.com and growgeneration.com for the US. They have stores all across the US. So wherever you are, they should be able to ship to you. And for Canada, CanadaGrowSupplies.com is a really great online retailer. And then for brick and mortar stores, we have our where to buy page on our website that you can go and check out and see if there's someone near you. And if you're having a hard time finding something, again, just reach out to us and we can find something for you for sure.
There's a question right here. Quick.
Yeah.
So I have questions about the Hygrozyme with hydro. How is the A and B with pH? Does it fluctuate higher down with the pH? Does it fluctuate higher down with the pH? I think he's just asking if the pH fluctuates with the A and B in hydroponics.
It shouldn't. As far as I've heard and from all of our testing, the pH has been really stable with A and B. Off the top of my head, I think A is 6.7 and B is 6.3, and then you're mixing them together, so it should kind of level out.
Somewhere at like 6.5 or something.
It should be right around 6.5. Yep. And adding Hygrozyme to that shouldn't affect the pH at all. Once it's fully diluted. So it should be pretty stable.
Nice. So for any of the hydro growers, they might actually have to drop it just a little bit. Because I think 5.8 to 6, I think, is like a good hydro pH.
Yeah.
So if it comes out at about 6.5, you just bring it down just a little bit, probably.
Yeah, so, you can add in a little bit of a pH down, or you can add in a little bit of high shield and see if that drops it enough. Those are both great options. We've tried to, like I said, we tried to make it compatible for all medias. But with that being said, there's might be a couple adjustments depending on what media you're using. But yeah, it should work really, really well in hydro as well.
Oh. There's one more question right there.
And the max dose for your system. Honestly, that depends on what kind of toxicity you're hitting. Typically what you'll see is yellow or curling leaves. That's normally a sign of a nutrient deficiency or an overload. You might see your leaves start to dry up and fall off, die out. Plant might start to wilt a little bit. Probably if you're overloading it, you're going to see a lot of yellowing. And it might look like a phytotoxicity burn, but that can be from a nutrient burn as well.
Okay. So I haven't pushed it with the A and the B yet, but I definitely have with the enzymes and the microbes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've never had it where I've given it too much, I guess. There was a time where I wasn't even measuring what I was putting in. It was just kind of I got a 5-gallon bucket, 1, 2, 3, good.
Yeah.
There was no measurements used, and I've never run into a problem with that. But like I said, I've never done the A and B like that yet. So that's probably what he was talking about.
Really, really safe. I mean, I've never seen a toxicity with Hygrozyme or Hygro Ben or any of those, I mean, it's really, really hard to overdo it. The only downside is that like you're kind of wasting more product than you probably need to.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the nutrient and it being so new, definitely take a look at our feeding schedule. And if you start to see that yellowing, you know, pull back, maybe you can always add in some high clean and do a quick flush to kind of bring things back to a normal level, lower that EC, and then, you know, start slowly introducing things again. But very, very rarely have I ever seen any toxicity.
Nice. And you guys just came out with a new feeding guide on your website, correct?
Yeah, we have a full line feeding guide on there. And it's also in our catalog, which you can download as well. And those are both available on our website, as well as all of our product sheets as well, if you need any more information or just for reference.
Perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Sounds good. Well, we are at the end of the hour, so
Yes.
we appreciate you coming on. It's always a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It's always really fun getting to come chat with you guys and hang out with your audience. So thank you so much.
Nice. Awesome. Well, if we don't talk to you guys before MJ BizCon, have fun. I know you might not be there, but the team is going to be there.
Yes.
So
yeah,
hopefully everybody has a good time and you guys meet a lot of cool people, and yeah, hopefully some of the people in the chat.
Make sure to stop in at their booth if you do go.
There is one more question. There is one more question.
If you guys are going to MJ Biz, shoot us a message. Sorry, Mr. Yannix. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So Crimson Grows wants to know, does Hygrozyme have an auto flower feeding schedule?
Oh, good question. We don't have one right now. We have a very general feeding schedule up on our website. But it should be fairly customizable. You can just kind of skip the weeks that you don't need. But if you do need a hand kind of figuring out, especially for the nutrient, what you should be following specifically for an auto flower, again, just shoot us an email or shoot us a message. info@hygrozyme.com is kind of our general contact. And a lot of those will end up with me as well. So yeah, just reach out and we can help you sort out an auto flower schedule.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Sounds good. All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming on and answering the questions and putting up with Bunny and I for an hour.
Anytime. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me. And anytime next product launch, we'll see you back here.
Definitely.
Yes, for sure.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
Sounds good. All right.
Awesome.
You have a good night, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You as well.
Yes.
I always learn so much when she's on. So yeah, definitely if you don't have Hygrozyme, definitely look into it for your garden, because it is definitely become like a big thing in mine.
It's a staple in my garden. It'll be there.
Yes.
As long as Hygrozyme is available, I will be using it. So, and like I said, I normally use dry amendments, and I am absolutely loving their A and B nutrients. It couldn't be any easier. It's 2 bottles, and it's super
I'm excited
simple.
to try it next run. I didn't want to try it on this run because I was doing autos, and I don't know autos very much to begin with, so I didn't want to try and test it with that. So I was like, next run where I know what I'm doing more, I'm going to be trying it, and I'm excited.
Yes.
So yeah.
Nice.
So thank you everybody who has came and hung out, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and like, and we will see you on Friday, or should we tell them who's next Wednesday?
We definitely can tell them.
Go ahead.
Do you remember?
I do.
Do you want me to tell them?
Ahead. Yes.
So next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same bat time, same bat channel, we have Seek to Harvest podcast coming on, hang out for an hour. So we got.
Yes, I'm so excited.
We got L, we got Rue, we got Colorado Chris, we got the whole crew coming on. So that's gonna be pretty dope. All three of them are pretty cool guys.
Wow.
And as J-Rad said after the live, make sure you go check out Tea with P and tell him where you came from.
Yes.
He might not know who Garden Cultivation Network is, so make sure you tell him that you came from Garden Cultivation Network with C Bunny and Mr. Ganix.
That's right.
I know it's a lot to type, but that's okay.
And until then, we will see you on Friday.
Peace.
Peace.